Hello viewers and fellow 1/64 scale collectors. It seems once again I've been shafted by Greenlight as recently I bought 10 tanker trucks to use for a project I'm doing. Since I had the trucks here, I decided to do a review on them, but didn't even get past the unboxing before I realized that what I had in front of me was yet another prime example of Greenlight's poor manufacturing and lack of quality control. We'll pick up the video from there.
Okay, the next thing I was going to do was put one of these trucks on the turntable and give you a closer look at all the details. However, after getting these two out of the box, I noticed something that I'm not too pleased about, and you may already be able to see it. But this truck here has not been assembled correctly. You can see that the cab is leaning to the one side, and that's also had an effect on the fuel tank. It's leaning as well. And, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of pissed off at the moment. I knew that truck there had tire issues, but this one here, it's just been slapped together. And before anyone starts accusing me of doing this, go back and look at the video. The truck was like this when it was still in the box. I didn't even touch it. This is just another example of Greenlight's shoddy manufacturing. Honestly has me wondering how many of these trucks up the back here have issues. And although I really didn't want to, I think I'm going to end up unboxing all these for this video. And from the looks of things, we'll be talking about quality control, or lack thereof, a little bit earlier than I planned. Alright, this review just became a consumer affairs video because after unboxing these trucks and after what I've seen, I can honestly say I could care less about doing the review at this point. And I want my viewers to take a really good look at what I'm going to present to you all, because I'm not impressed here. And I'm honestly asking the question once again, what is it with Greenlight and lack of quality control? Because all these trucks, they've got super glue residue all over them. They've got parts which haven't been put on right. They're poorly assembled. And again, I'm not impressed. The two trucks up the back, we already took a look at those. We know what's wrong with them. This truck here, if we look at the back of it, we can see super glue residue on it. And again, I am not impressed with this. This is just poor build quality. You can just see residue up the top there. And you know, it's ridiculous. And it's not just one truck, it's several of them. Again, on the back of this, you can see super glue residue. Got to hold it in the light the right way, but you know, you can see it's there. Really bad right in here. I mean, look at that. Actually, going underneath this, you can see it's all over the tanks and the chassis. Again, like, what? Where is quality control in all this? This truck here, you got it on the windshield. Good luck getting that off. Again, got residue right there. Going on to the back of the truck, more residue here. You can just see it's all over on the back. And I think part of what causes this is these ladders are super glued in place. And that's how you get the residue and such. But, you know, that really should not be an issue if there is some care taken when assembling these. And I noticed some of these, they've got really messed up wheels on them too, which once again, that goes back to poor assembly. This truck here, more residue on the tanks there. Doesn't even look like that one was put together right. Another case on the back, more residue. I hope all that's showing up. You can just see it there in the right light. Like I said, I'm not impressed, and you know, there's another good example of just wheels which have been, you know, poorly put on. And I mean, these trucks, I paid, I believe after sales tax, they were $12 a piece. And I can tell you right now, I am not seeing $12 worth of product here. That one's really bad. You can see someone's fingerprint, probably even steal their identity with that. But again, like, where is quality control in all this? It's ridiculous. Getting down to the end of the line here. You know, like, I don't understand it. What is Greenlight's problem, really? You know, if they want to sell these trucks to the public, they really got to put some more effort into them, because this is not the first case where I've seen issues in poor quality with Greenlight. Not seeing much residue on that. That one's actually pretty good, I think. might give that one a pass, but the fact is there's still super glue residue on it. You can just see, looking over this one again, not seeing, that was my fingerprint there, why that looked like that. You can see it disappeared. But again, that's not put on right. Just really poor build quality on these trucks, poor assembly, and I'm not impressed. Now I want to show another Greenlight tanker that I have in my collection, and this is actually from Series 1. I got it at a show back in, I believe, 2018, but you can see this truck has a really nice finish to it. It looks very clean. There's no super glue residue on it. Nothing's been put on incorrectly, and it's just a nice looking replica, and even you can see that the wheels roll like they're supposed to. They're not flopping all over the place. Personally, it looks and feels like somebody put a lot of care into assembling this truck, and this was one of the first times that I had got anything Greenlight for my collection, and after I got this truck, it made me want to get some more Greenlight products. And so yeah, just the quality that I saw in this is what prompted me to buy more Greenlight items. But now, when I look at something like this, you know, it's like, what happened? Does Greenlight care more about profits and less about quality in a product? I mean, I can tell you guys right now, if you were to go out and buy one of these trucks and this is what you found, chances are you may be reluctant to go out and buy another Greenlight product. And honestly, when you compare this truck to this truck here, it honestly looks like Greenlight's moving backwards. Another thing I really don't understand is that if you go back to last year when I did my review on Greenlight's American Pickers set, apparently quite a few people felt I was being very unfair towards Greenlight because I was very critical over how poorly the trailer in that set had been assembled, and I also had a few issues with the transit. But I mean, I literally had to go in, tear this trailer completely down, and put it back together correctly because Greenlight couldn't assemble it right the first time. And I mean, these people that want to pin me as being cruel and unfair towards Greenlight, I mean, I'm sorry, but when I do a review, I point out both the positives and negatives of an item. If I was just to do a glowing report on all these tankers saying about how, oh, you know, I like the detail on these, I like all the features, the paintwork on them is really nice, it's like, that's not me doing a review. That's me just putting together an ad to promote this. And I can tell you right now, after seeing these tankers and the poor quality and everything, I'm in no way going to promote these. And furthermore, when I watch a review, I would rather know what is wrong with something before I went out and spent my hard-earned money on it. Because, like I mentioned before, I paid $12 a piece for these trucks. And those of you who can do math, you can see how much I've got sitting on the workbench here right now, and you can probably understand my frustration. Something I think most of us can agree on is that Greenlight is clearly trying to compete with a lot of these other 1/64 scale manufacturers out there, including the bigger guys. And to do that, they've been putting out more product and keeping the cost low. And what I've done is I've put out some other 1/64 scale items by other manufacturers on the workbench here to do some price comparison. And the first one I want to talk about is this car and trailer set by Maisto. Now, unfortunately, the price tag probably doesn't reflect what this is worth, but I know for a fact that, like the ERTL truck and trailer sets, they're about $15, and I think Greenlight sells their sets around that same price as well. Now, these tractors here, these are about $10 a pop when I purchased them, and I think Greenlight's tractors are around maybe, you know, $5 to $6. So unfortunately, you know, Greenlight does have ERTL beat there, although the selection with Greenlight is pretty limited. These Auto World trucks, I just recently picked up the F-150, and that was about $6 after tax. I believe the Chevy was the same way. And, you know, Greenlight, their trucks are maybe about $1 or $2 cheaper than what the Auto World ones cost. Hot Wheels, these guys have Greenlight beat because these are like, what, 94 cents a pop, but, you know, you are limited to all the details that you're getting. I do have this 1/64 scale truck by Jada, and I believe this was about $5 to $6. Greenlight, their bigger trucks, I think, are at least 10 if not more, so, you know, Jada's kind of got Greenlight beat there. got some of the bigger guys here, DCP, First Gear, TSR, SpecCast, but unfortunately Greenlight's got all these guys beat because, you know, DCP, you're paying about at least $50 to $60 for a single truck, almost $100 now if you want a combo set. These dump trucks, these are about $50, $60. Some of these other ones I'm not 100% sure on, but again, you know, Greenlight's the cheaper option when it comes to all these. Got vehicles here from M2 Machines. Now, these are another one that's about, you know, $5, you know, by the time you pick it up at the store, pay tax and everything. And that's pretty similar in price to Greenlight if you were to buy something like this. Johnny Lightning here, another deal, about $3 to $4. Greenlight may be a little more expensive. And I mean, you've even got like some of these Chinese toys that are pretty close to 1/64 scale, and the quality on them's not bad either. But the point I'm trying to make here is that, you know, Greenlight in some cases has these other manufacturers beat with their products when it comes to price. But I mean, after, you know, several times of just seeing poor quality with some of Greenlight's products, you know, I mean, yes, I could probably get, you know, some of this stuff cheaper if I bought it from Greenlight, but at the end of the day, I think I'd rather just pay the extra money and, you know, buy something from the other guys, because at least then I know I'm getting something. So I think I'm going to leave this video here, and I do apologize for not getting into the review. However, after I opened that first truck and the issues I found, I was pretty much sold on the fact that these weren't worth reviewing, and personally, I wouldn't even recommend them. I mean, if it had only been one or two of these trucks that had had issues, I probably just would have let it slide, but the fact is that it's all of them. All 10 of these have something wrong with them. Whether it be parts put on incorrectly, the issue with the wheels and tires, the superglue residue, issues in the paint, you know, it's unacceptable. And I don't understand what the deal is with Greenlight and their lack of quality control, because it didn't used to be this way. Again, I'll bring in this tanker from Series 1, completely flawless, nothing wrong with it. I go out and buy 10 of these things, and they're just complete garbage. And maybe it's an insight into why I see a lot of Greenlight stuff in people's parts boxes at these shows that I go to. And I even know guys who will go out, buy these, tear them down for customs, part them out. It's like, that's probably all they're good for. And I think at the end of the day, you're better off just going to the bigger guys, paying that little bit extra for something decent, and not bothering with this. And I do have a message for Mr. Greenlight if you're watching right now. And that is, my email address is down in the video description. And if I were you, I would strongly recommend sending me a message and explaining yourself about what I have on the workbench here right now. And if you want to do one better, also explain to me about that American Picker set I got last year. Because I can tell you right now, if you continue to release products of this poor quality to the 1/64 scale diecast market, people are not going to buy them. Also, for my other viewers, I want you guys to leave a comment letting me know your thoughts on these trucks as well, and also if you've had issues with any other Greenlight products out there. And lastly, for these people who feel that I am being cruel and unfair to Greenlight, leave a comment and let me know why you feel I'm being cruel and unfair. Because I can tell you guys right now, if you were to buy something like this, I don't think you'd be too happy about it either. But anyways, like I said, leave a comment. I'm pretty sure Mr. Greenlight will be reading every one that's dropped here. Anyways, that's going to be it for now. I'm heading off. Thanks for watching.